What's up, Fragrance fam? It's Neeb with Aromatics, and we're back with another episode. Joining me today is French Fry, and today I got a couple of different fragrances. Daryl from Hard Rock Casino and Hotel reached out and was wondering if I could do these honest reviews, and I told him, you know what, go ahead, send over the fragrances, and I have no problem going over these fragrances. Today, I'm going to present to you guys a couple of these fragrances. There's two fragrances, one for him and one for her, and it is Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. So let's take a look at the box here. Hard Rock. It's actually pretty cool, man. And if you think the box is cool, just wait till I show you the bottle. So here's the side. On the back, there's a little bit of information, ingredients. All right, let's take a look at the top where we have the Hard Rock Hotel. And on the bottom, we just have our hazards and some other information here. Let's start with the ladies first. This is a very nice bottle, guys. This is gonna stand out in the collection. It's gonna look very cute. You can see that the cap is not your usual cap. It's kind of open on both ends. So let's take a look at the other side. So it's pretty unique. The cap, it's a continuation of the strings. So you just snap it into place. Yep, it does snap into place. Okay, and then you have that Hard Rock on the bottom here. And on the bottom of the bottle, and then the top of the cap. The cap is pretty heavy. It's a nice metal cap. It's nothing cheap. And let's take a look at the atomizer. Decent distribution. Now guys, we're gonna go over the notes and I'm gonna tell you guys what I get with this fragrance. I reached out to Daryl and I managed to get you guys the exact note breakdown. I'm gonna place them here on the screen while we go through the opening together. Let's do it, guys. Okay, here we go. So you can definitely detect the pear and some other type of fruits. Maybe it's the strawberry, not quite sure, but you definitely pick up a little bit of orange, bergamot, mostly pear. And the pear is partnered up with that lotus. It's just the right amount of floral along with that pear note. We have that strawberry, orange, and bergamot. Floral and fruity is how this one opens. In the mid, we have that heliotrope, orris root, tuberose, and jasmine. Tuberose amplifies within the first 2 minutes of the fragrance, and that orris note gives it somewhat of a smooth feeling. Where this fragrance really wins me is in the dry down. The dry down is just something else, guys. Where it starts as fresh, fruity, floral, it turns into this rich, creamy, almost ambery type of fragrance. In the dry down, we have that sandalwood, we have the musk, the benzoin, hazelnut, the caramel, and patchouli. This dry down on the fragrance is absolutely wonderful. The opening, it's not something that I haven't smelled before. It kind of gives me a vibe of like CK Eternity for women, but this is better. That dry down is something else, guys. I'll tell you, I sprayed this on skin myself and I let it dry down, and then after about like maybe 20 minutes, I was catching wafts and I was like, oh my God, what is this? It turned out to be this fragrance. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Just the dry down alone, I would wear the dry down. The opening makes a statement. The statement is this is for women or for dudes, whatever. It's unisex. If you like florals and fruity, that's fine. But it does lean more on the feminine side because of that opening. And that opening does survive for a good 30 minutes to almost 45 minutes. So other than the opening, guys, this is fantastic. The opening does smell like something I've smelt before, but that dry down is where the magic happens. The hazelnut, the caramel gives it that gourmand feeling. The patchouli, along with that sandalwood and resin, gives it that ambery, creamy ambery feeling. So the dry down is what wins me with this fragrance. Let's move on to the men's. For the sake of time, the men's box looks exactly the same. Let's take a look at the bottle. Exactly the same bottle, just in a different color. Same cap. And I kind of like this, man. This is cool. So the cords continue into the cap and it does snap in to place. Take a look at the atomizer on this one. I'm honestly surprised by the way that these fragrances smell. At first I thought, you know, these are collectibles, they're not gonna be that great, but guys, not gonna lie, it exceeded my expectation. Is it anything that's mind-blowing? No, it's not mind-blowing, but it's definitely cool looking for sure. I think this is worth having in my collection, and honestly, the fragrances are pretty good. So they're in the same realm of fragrances like CK Eternity, Invictus Aqua, all those kinds of fragrances. This does give me resemblances to those types of fragrances. Something like Mont Blanc Legend or Invictus Aqua. Just the Invictus vibes. Kind of has that sweetness, but it's not overly sweet, but it's mass appealing. So let's go over the notes. I'm gonna put the notes on the screen while we go through the opening together, guys. Let's do it. So the fragrance opens up with a blast of Amalfi Lemon, coriander, and grapefruit. The lavender and grapefruit are two of the notes in the top that you get the least of, at least in the first 2 minutes. As it starts to transition into the mid, in that first 2 to 5 minutes, you do start to pick up wafts of that comforting lavender. Grapefruit doesn't necessarily amplify, but the Amalfi lemon does take a little bit of a back seat, allowing the grapefruit to shine. Coriander is nothing that's too herbaceous or spicy or gonna remind you of anything like cooking or anything. If anything, it just adds like a nice herby kick. In the mid, we have marine notes, the orange, the nutmeg, and the neroli. After the first 5 minutes of the fragrance where the lavender has now amplified, the marine notes do start to shine. You'll get wafts of neroli and orange flower, and it makes it smell really, really clean. The nutmeg provides it with just a little bit of sweetness, nothing crazy, but it smells really clean. In the dry down, you should expect notes like amber, patchouli, suede, and cedar. Start to detect the dry down within 15 minutes where you'll get a little feeling of that suede. Just like in the fragrance for women, the amber that does amplify in the dry down, this one does the same thing. That amber does start to amplify and it becomes like this nice ambery, fresh but slightly sweet fragrance. So it's a pretty mass appealing fragrance, guys. There's really not much more to go into. All in all, guys, this is not going to be an offensive fragrance. It performs pretty well. I wore this the other day. It projected off of my skin for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Total longevity was about 7 hours. I'll give it solid 7 hours. Same thing with the women. The women one did project a little bit longer. So instead of an hour and a half projection, probably about 2 hours of projection. Longevity on the women's fragrance was also better, about 7.5 hours, maybe 8 hours. But all in all, guys, these are both not going to offend anyone. These are both going to be good smelling fragrances. If you're just in the market for some collectibles, some nice looking bottles, these are very cute bottles. Other than that, guys, nothing mind-blowing here, but they're still good pickups. I'm going to leave the links in the description down below where you can pick these up. Thank you, Daryl, for sending these out for this review. This is still a 100% genuine, honest review. Thank you, Daryl, for sending these out for review. Guys, if you're not already subscribed, I'm going to tell you one more time. And as always, I hope you enjoyed watching this video half as much as I did making it for you guys. Love ya.